Let's get into it, y'all.
Keyshia Cole, she did an interview a while back saying that Tupac told her when she was 14 that he was leaving Death Row and he wanted her to come with him because he was planning on signing with Quincy Jones.
Well, first of all, it's never a hard question for me. But that's a hard question for me because of the fact that how much love I have for Keyshia. But I'm going to answer that because it's not true. The reason why I know it's not to be true is that Keyshia get a lot of pressure. What I mean by that, when people go talk to a senior, not Mr. Potato Head, Mr. Dude, Steve Harvey. They ain't gonna talk to Steve Harvey. He tell
All right, let's break it down. Okay, so Keisha Cole, she said on an interview before about her encounter with Tupac and how Tupac was telling her a lot of this information about his departure that he wanted to make at Death Row Records. Mind you, Keisha Cole was only 14 years old. When I heard the story in the beginning, it was outrageous because it's just weird. There was pretty much 20% of a possibility of truth. It seems to me that anybody who had a little interaction with Pac wants to make a correlation to boost their credibility. And I think the 20% of that truth, people, they seem to believe it because of the fact that there was a song that was made called Cards, Player Cards, and then Afeni Shakur was in the video. So I think there was a relationship that was there, but it was through, mutual people. So that story right now, we're gonna hear from Suge Knight, and he's gonna break it down. Let's go.
don't mention me, mention this person, mention that person. But I feel I knew Pac better than anyone knew Pac. That's how tight our bond was. And shit, at that time, 90% of the time, we together. And if he had a conversation with somebody on a one-on-one, I would know. I know Pac is not going to take a 14-year-old child and have a conversation about any business moves he's doing. And like I always said, Pac wasn't strapped down to Death Row.
Someone in the comments said they're getting PTSD because they're hearing the inmates talk in the background. That's hilarious, guys. Not really, but it's just hilarious. That's real life, guys. He's actually behind bars. And just the fact that he's able to tell these stories and to keep his insanity, knowing I don't know how long it'll take him to get out. I forgot. But it's a long time. He's been there since 2015, if I'm not mistaken. So it's one of those things in life where he went to jail the first time for that kick and probation, violated probation. And then he came out and he was on top of the world, and all because of this incident with the man hitting the man or whatever. He's back in there again. So it's not cool to see because he's of the age. I think he's approaching 60 something, and it's not cool. But I still give him credit for just being open spirit and being able to still be who he is, even behind bars.
If Pac wanted to leave Death Row, he could have said, "Hey, big homie, shit, let's cash in. I want to do something else." Like I said before, I gave him a label already. And if you guys any I just knew Pac not the type to want to do some weirdo shit and leave in bad terms when the only person that ever helped him was me. I know Pac also had too much respect for the homies to do some backstabbing shit because it could got ugly. Now, if you mean to tell me that he gonna go to a 14-year-old child and tell her something that deep, I just can't never see that happening. And Keyshia's great. Only time I ever said something when she did a song with Puffy. You know, I mean, like, we all putting these things up here, and I'm not, and I ain't picking on Keyshia because I care too much about her, but I'm talking about me. I'm not going to go do a song with somebody that I know that was against Pac, and Pac was against them. And guilty conscience shows it all. I don't have a guilty conscience. But once again,
so what Mr. Knight is referring to is the song, I believe it's Last Night, that Puffy, he did, I think it's 2007, 2008, something like that, in those time frames where he collaborated with Keyshia Cole. And Suge Knight, being the real person he is, he's just saying, hey, well, if you're really tight with Pac to do a song, then why are you doing a song with his enemy? Keyshia, he got you on that point. And he goes further and says, well, your conscience should be filled with guilt. So yeah, that's a nice point. I like what he said right there.
Did Snoop ever do any songs on the unreleased Tupac album came out? Or any of those other motherfuckers? No. When they got their star, was they there? No. Was Ray J thinking about Tupac when he was vacationing with him? Let's back to Ray J. Ray J, you and Puffy did a song where you called him Diddy. You and Puffy did a song, 11 Brothers. A whole album. Is it ever gonna come out? Could we hear any of the songs? What y'all really was talking about? How important was the baby oil?
It's very funny, hilarious, and the reason I'm saying that in real time because right now, currently, if you type in Ray J and Vlad, Ray J has recorded segments on Vlad TV, and Vlad is releasing them. Art of Dialogue is releasing Suge Knight talking about Ray J in real time. So this is interesting. So you have these two podcast platforms, and it's like they're communicating with each other at the same time. So it's just hilarious to see about what Suge Knight, what he has to say about Ray J.
I would say that's like 1,000,001 that didn't happen. Tupac leaving Death Row. If Tupac wouldn't be on Death Row, I would make way more money off of Tupac. And you got to remember one thing: 20% of the management, anything. Now, if he wasn't an artist on Death Row, I would still get 20%, 20% of the merchandise, 20% of everything else. When Tupac wanted to do a movie, no insurance company will pay for the movie. Post the insurance. I put the $5 million up out of my pocket, covered it. The man that say Tupac's father, look here, old dude. Bet you one time in Louisville. That's Vegas. You came up, you asked for some cocaine and a burner. I said, everybody out here got burners. So you can say what he said or what he did and what he do and what didn't happen. You're an idiot on a simple fact that you went in the man's life to know what he was talking about, what he was saying about how he was living, and now you want to know what he said at the end? Only person in that car.
That's interesting because Reggie Wright had an issue with Billy Garland, which is Tupac's biological father. And that's pretty much what Reggie was stating. He was stating the fact that Billy Garland only came at the end of Tupac's life, but he wants to go on Vlad TV and discuss all of the details and the historical relationship that he had with Pac. And now you have it from Mr. Suge Knight saying that Billy Garland requested a burner and cocaine. Okay, that's interesting. Oh wow, that's good.
When him and I was having a conversation, it was me and Pac.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
I ain't here to take nobody credit. It's just one truth. If all the police and everybody else can say who shot us, who shot the gun and killed Tupac, idiots. They sent me to prison for 9 years, and that same case came back to hunt me in this case. When y'all officers, the Las Vegas officers, got on the stand and said, you didn't even know they weren't looking at none of those dudes because nobody knew. But now y'all having stories and getting paid to get up there and talk on that platform. I'm going to tell you like this. Even though I wasn't there when Orlando Anderson sued Tupac for fucking him up, I know he didn't shoot Tupac. So he got paid his money. I would never tell on another man, but I tell you what, if he was the one to shoot Tupac, or shot Tupac, or killed Tupac, I would have told the lawyers when they came to see me, because I was in the county jail, we ain't giving them shit because he's suing them. Because the fact that...
All right, so here we have it. September 1997, Orlando Anderson, a Los Angeles gang member, files a lawsuit against Tupac's estate for alleged damages he suffered in a brawl with excuse me, the rapper at the MGMG Grand just a few hours before the deadly drive-by, the LA Times reported at this time. So yeah, he did try to sue Tupac. State. That's crazy. So he allegedly shot at Pac and they tried to sue him. That's crazy.
He would have did what he done. And it could have been easy to stop that. That's all I had to do is tell the lawyers, okay, he's suing because he whipped his ass. How could he sue him if he's saying he shot him or he was in the car? But at the end of the day, everybody want to make themselves be famous or get some views for a few seconds and throw that man's name through the mud. When I'm telling you, only person in that motherfucking car was me and Pac. Orlando Anderson did not shoot neither one of us. Bro, y'all want to make it sound good. But I don't care if it was law enforcement said that. I don't care if it was some groupie said that. Some nut rider said that. They was not in the car. Only him and I was.
Let's just bring it back a second. Hold on.
Pac also had too much respect for the homies to do some backstabbing shit because it could got ugly. Now, if you mean to tell me that he gonna go to a 14-year-old child and tell her something that deep, I just can't never see that happening. And Keyshia's great. Only time I ever said something, she did a Pac song with Puffy. I mean, like, we all put these things up here, and we was, I'm not. And I ain't picking on Keyshia because I care too much about her. I'm talking about me. I'm not going to go do a song with somebody that I know that was against Pac was disrespect. And guilty conscience shows it all. I don't have a guilty conscience. But once again, did Snoop ever do any songs on the unreleased Tupac album came out? I ain't know that. No. When they got their start, what they did, No. Was Ray J thinking about Tupac when he was vacationing with him? Back to Ray J. Ray J. You and Puffy did a song where you called him Giggity, Diddy. You and Puffy did a song, 11 Brothers. A whole album. Is it ever gonna come out? Could we hear any of the songs? What y'all really was talking about?
Wow.
How important was the baby oil? But no, I would say that's like 1,000,001 that didn't happen. Tupac.
You can't hide the truth, y'all. So we got Ray J, you got Puffy, collaboration. Wow, this is disturbing. Okay, well, I'll just leave it as this. Let me just do a conclusion right here. 1 second. So in conclusion to this whole story with Suge Knight, what do you guys feel? Do you feel that there is legitimate claims from Suge Knight about Ray J? He addressed with Puffy, he addressed with Keyshia Cole, he addressed. How do you feel about what he said? Is he just capping, or is he really going in? Is he really going in? For me, particularly, I believe what Suge Knight is saying. Maybe 90%, because Suge Knight, he was actually involved with Ray J as well too. So I don't know. I think there are just some things that just turn sour. I would have to see the side of Ray J. I know Ray J be capping nowadays and he be trolling non-stop. So it'll be interesting to see. But let me know in the comments, you guys. And I'm going to be doing a live stream. Send me some topics that you guys want me to discuss live in real time. And then we'll get to it, y'all. Let's go.